Did Charlie Kirk's family never genuinely welcome Erika?
Like it was brave, but when you actually start looking into her, it gets dark fast.
Yes, you heard that right. For some time, there have been whispers that Charlie's parents were never fond of Erika, and based on Erika's recent actions, it almost appears she isn't concerned about their opinions. From her controversial public hug with J.D. Vance to what many criticize as a cold and emotionless reaction at the memorial, and even her seeming disregard for Charlie's parents during the service, the tension between her and the family has only grown. The more you examine the situation, the more it feels like Erika is, whether intentionally or not, causing emotional pain to Charlie's parents, who have begun to respond in their own subtle ways. So buckle in, because this situation is far more complex than it appears. Why didn't Erika and Charlie's parents get along? And how did rumors emerge that his family warned him about his wife just days before the tragic event that took his life?
Than a memorial, and Charlie's own parents and sister didn't even attend. Grief isn't a performance, and what went down at that memorial definitely felt like one. First off, have you even looked into Erika Kirk, or looked into how her and Charlie even met?
So we get to Bill's Burgers, and I'm there thinking it's a business interview.
It started that way.
Right. So we sit down, and you grill me for, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Easily. On philosophy, politics,
Culture.
Religion, culture. Economics. What else? Everything else you can imagine, he grilled me. Anything he talks about on his podcast show, he grilled me on. Pretty much.
Just didn't record it.
And then afterwards, he got finished with his burger, and he just sat there, and he looked at me. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to hire you. And I was like, that's fine. I don't need this job. I'm doing plenty of other things here in Manhattan. He's like, I'm going to date you.
Erika Kirk's glowing tribute to Mikey McCoy, her instant pivot to faith and healing sermons, and her lightning-fast takeover of Charlie's throne at TPUSA were supposed to be footnotes. Instead, they've become the burning core of the entire mystery. The deeper you dig, the more deafening the silence from Charlie's parents, Robert and Catherine, becomes. While Erika was on podcasts, stages, and red carpets within days, smiling, poised, almost rehearsed, his mom and dad vanished. 0 statements, 0 interviews, a total blackout. That wall of silence isn't grief. It feels like a deliberate barricade hiding something explosive. Whispers are growing louder. Did Robert and Catherine watch Erika step into the spotlight and feel it clashed with everything their son stood for? Did they see her calm, confident takeover and think this was planned? Some even claim the parents feared Charlie had been pulled into a corner of TPUSA they never trusted. Money, power, influence, and that Erika's rapid rise confirmed their worst suspicions. That cryptic line floating around, "I wish he could see what we saw," suddenly doesn't sound like mourning. It sounds like a warning. This isn't just a family rift anymore. It's a power vacuum. One side owns the microphone and the movement. The other side raised the man himself and now refuses to speak. Their silence screams louder than every viral clip combined. So the real question hanging over Charlie Kirk's legacy isn't who killed him. It's who gets to own him now. His wife, who slid seamlessly into the spotlight, or his parents, grieving in the shadows, holding secrets the world may never hear. And that, right there, is the mystery no one's ready to solve.
I'm doing everything I can not to spiral into speculation, but when the evidence is this loud, staying quiet feels impossible. Everyone swore they wouldn't feed the rumor mill, yet the second the tragedy unfolded, silence became betrayal. And then, just days after Charlie was taken, while his parents were still drowning in fresh, unbearable grief, Erika was caught on camera, beaming, laughing, and, this is the part that shattered the internet, proudly flashing Charlie's posthumous Presidential Medal of Freedom like it was the season's hottest designer bag. The smile wasn't a fleeting slip, it was deliberate, repeated, almost performative. Put the images side by side, and the contrast is nauseating. On one side, Robert and Catherine Kirk, hollow-eyed, faces carved with devastation, standing in total silence at the same ceremony. No statements, no selfies or sound bites, just raw, suffocating pain. Their silence screams dignity. It's the sound of parents protecting whatever is left of their son while the world turns his death into content. On the other side, Erika, radiating energy that feels almost radioactive. Zero pause, zero visible void. Within hours, she's stepping into the spotlight, sliding into the leadership seat at Turning Point USA with a velocity that stunned even her longtime allies. No mourning period, no cracked voice, no moment of "I can't do this yet," just seamless, relentless forward motion. One side is swallowed by grief. The other side looks like she's already moved on to the victory lap. It's not just a difference in coping styles anymore. It's two completely opposite realities playing out in the same frame, and the public can't unsee it.
Instead, people saw a stream of appearances, events, live broadcasts, speeches, podcasts, as if she had been waiting in position and simply flipped a switch to begin. This sudden shift made many ask, is this strength, or was everything planned in advance? And when photos of Erika smiling while receiving the Medal of Freedom began circulating, the comparisons became even more intense. While Charlie's parents could hardly stand during the ceremony, clips of Erika speaking calmly, confidently, and comfortably covered social media. With that contrast, the situation stopped feeling like just a personal tragedy. It turned into a cultural, political, and even family mystery, one that revealed a new layer every time people looked again. And as the question of who is truly guarding Charlie's legacy remained without an answer, doubt continued to grow. Because sometimes a legacy isn't shaped by the loudest voice, but by the person who stays silent at the exact moment it matters. Charlie's parents' grief was visible every time they appeared. Erika's grief, to many viewers, felt almost staged, and online audiences, especially on TikTok, quickly picked up on that dramatic difference. One viral TikTok video captured the essence of the entire unfolding mystery.
One viral TikTok nailed it. Why did Erika and a parade of politicians suddenly become the public face of Charlie Kirk's legacy, while his own parents, the two people who should matter most, vanished from sight like ghosts? That single question detonated everything Erika and Turning Point USA still refused to answer. Because here's the thing, TPUSA wasn't just Charlie's organization, it was a family empire. Robert and Catherine Kirk were there from the very first campus table, every rally, every milestone. Yet the moment Charlie was gone, they were erased from the transition. Zero involvement, zero voice. Erika slid into the CEO chair at warp speed, like the seat had been kept warm for her. Was this succession planned years in advance, or the fastest power grab in conservative history while a grieving family was still reeling? Then there's the audit that conveniently died with them. Days before the shooting, Charlie launched what insiders called the Doge audit, an aggressive top-to-bottom financial probe into TPUSA's books. The moment he was gone, audit terminated. No results released, no explanation, just silence. What exactly was Charlie on the verge of uncovering that someone decided had to stay buried forever? And remember, Charlie was one of the loudest voices demanding the full Epstein files and exposure of sketchy overseas money in conservative circles. Under Erika's new regime, those topics have been scrubbed cleaner than a hard drive before an FBI raid. Now layer on the whispers about Erika herself, murky rumors of past ties to Romanian military circles and figures linked to less than savory operations. Nothing proven, but when Charlie's own parents refused to appear beside her, refused to speak her name, refused to sit with her at memorials, that silence becomes deafening. They don't just look heartbroken, they look deliberately distanced, standing alone on the edges while Erika commands center stage. Look at the footage. Robert and Catherine, hollow-eyed, frozen in grief. Erika, radiant, energized, live streaming, podcast hopping, posing with senators, turning mourning into momentum. No cracked voice, no pause, No visible void where Charlie used to be. The emotional contrast is so extreme it feels staged. Why have Charlie's parents never once shared a frame with her at any tribute? Why do they stand apart, faces like stone, while she basks in the spotlight? Their absence isn't just grief, it's a statement, a refusal, a wall. And in that wall, every unanswered question echoes louder. Was the throne waiting for her all along? Did the audit get too close to the truth? And when the parents who knew Charlie best choose total silence over standing with the woman now wearing his crown, what exactly are they telling us without saying a single word?
Insiders close to Charlie have confirmed he was growing deeply uneasy. Cash flow irregularities, shadowy funding streams, leadership decisions veering way off mission. That's why he quietly launched the now infamous Doge audit. And the second he was gone, the audit vanished into thin air. No results, no follow-up, nothing. If Charlie was inches from exposing something that could destroy careers and fortunes, the fact that probe died with him is no longer suspicious, it's screaming. Put it all together, and the picture is chilling. Charlie's parents, silent, shattered, erased from every memorial stage. Erika, radiant, relentless, crowned CEO before the dirt on his grave had settled. The audit, terminated overnight. Charlie's loudest crusades, Epstein files, overseas money trails, suddenly scrubbed from TPUSA's entire platform. Erika's past, key details allegedly scrubbed, edited, or deleted from the internet like a Black Ops cleanup. The grieving widow narrative is crumbling in real time. What's emerging instead looks cold, calculated, surgical. A lightning-fast consolidation of power while a devastated family was still identifying their son's body. And the deepest cut of all? The invisible wall between Erika and Charlie's parents. Robert and Catherine Kirk have not appeared at a single one of Erika's victory lap speeches. Not one major TPUSA event, not one photo op. They didn't just step back, they vanished from the entire world their daughter-in-law now rules. No honorary seats, no memorial tributes, no joint statements, nothing. That's not grief keeping them away, that's distance. That's a deliberate, wordless boycott.
Every day, the online community adds another pixel. The audit that died with Charlie, the topics he championed that vanished overnight, the scrubbed digital footprints, the parents who refused to stand within 50 feet of the new queen. And with every new detail, the same ice-cold question grows louder. Who really seized control of Charlie Kirk's empire the moment he couldn't fight back? And why does his own family act like they've seen the truth no one else is allowed to say out loud? For the parents who once stood at Charlie's side during every single milestone of Turning Point USA, their total erasure from the organization isn't just sad, it's screaming red flag. No honorary titles, no board seat, no symbolic role. Nothing. The empire their son built from nothing now treats them like strangers. The Medal of Freedom ceremony said everything without a single word. Erika, poised, polished, center stage, speaking with the calm confidence of someone who'd rehearsed this moment for years. Robert and Catherine, shattered, hollow-eyed, standing on the edge of the frame like ghosts at their own son's tribute. The physical and emotional distance between them was so vast it felt deliberate, like an invisible wall no camera could ignore. They didn't cry for the cameras. They didn't force smiles. They didn't defend Erika, praise her, or even stand beside her. They just weren't there with her, ever. And that silence, it's louder than any accusation trending on X. While Erika jets from podcast to podium to politician, building her brand on Charlie's still warm legacy, his own parents have vanished from every memorial, every event, every photo op. They're not taking time to grieve. They're gone, completely, conspicuously, deliberately gone. The online world noticed immediately. Why weren't Charlie's parents front row with the National Memorial? Why have they never once sat next to Erika at any ceremony? Why are they always pushed to the back, isolated, like they don't belong in the story of their own son? That's not coincidence. That's a statement. In a movement that screams loyalty above everything, the fact that Robert and Catherine have never uttered one public word in Erika's defense isn't neutral, it's devastating. To millions watching, their silence isn't respectful mourning, it's confirmation of every dark rumor swirling online. Two images now define Charlie Kirk's legacy. Erika, radiant, unstoppable, already wearing the crown. His parents, broken, silent, and deliberately, heartbreakingly alone. Every day that contrast sharpens, the question grows louder. How deep does this rift really go? And what truth are Charlie's own parents refusing to stand beside? Drop your take below. What do you see when the parents who knew him best won't even share a stage with the woman now running his empire? Like, subscribe, hit the bell. This story isn't over. See you in the next one.